Hey, Steve Zalunardo here with Remax Experts, Zalunardo Associates. New room today. We've actually expanded because now we got Joseph, our in-house social media manager, just behind me here, and then Christy on the other side. Just a quick update on the current inventory. We're at 13,193 units, so we're up about 500 since last week. Sales have dipped. Last week we were over 1,000, and this week we're at 866. Expired 1179, and also terminated 671 units. But what we're finding right now is we have few listings on the market currently right now. We have one is in Tottenham, and there's another one in Woodbridge area. The one in Woodbridge has been really hot. What we did with that strategy is obviously we underpriced it to get people through the door. The whole point is to get as many people through the door, and then ultimately we got a hot lead, someone that's interested in the house to work with later. Even if the bidding war does not work on the day of offer day, we're not even interested. As long as something comes in and it blows us away in offer presentation, like in price, then we'll accept it. But if not, it's okay because we're going to have warm leads. So currently right now we have, Mike did the open house on the weekend. He had about 30 families through, which is fantastic. And then the showings, had 39 showings booked. And so realtors called the office, booked an appointment, showed up with a buyer to this property. So 39 booked showing appointments. I think there was 4 cancellations. So let's say 5 real families through, and 30 over the weekend. We're in talks currently right now with a few agents that have showed the property, obviously showed interest. So it looks like potentially the night of the offer day should be about 3 to 5 offers. And then the other property up north, we've had 3 showings, which is, it's not the highest of, or sort of 3 people through the open house, and I think there were about 3 or 4 showings in right now. It's the price level clearly, but also ultimately we're in talks already, in conversation with realtors that are coming for their second and third showing. So we'll keep you posted on that. Market looks very robust, even though there's a little bit a tad of inventory. We almost need it at this point. We're going to get into that fury very shortly. Whereas Mike sent me a video over the weekend. I think it was Patrick Bet David talking about housing prices. It kind of makes sense. Like right now, clearly we're in a high interest rate, clearly, than what we're normally used to. But what he said would make total sense is that imagine that rate dropped 1, 2, 3%. What would happen to the market? You don't need to be an economist to kind of figure that out. If the interest rate were to drop 1, 2, 3%, the house that you buy today, let's just say for easy numbers, $1 million will be $1.5 million in a year or a year and a half, 2 years. You know how it is. How we just saw it. We just witnessed it in our life cycle here. We've been like, our parents usually had, or my parents rather, born in 1950, immigrated to Canada in 1968. So let's talk about from 70 on. Every 10 years, they had growth from the first year up, and the 10-year mark, it was always some sort of recession. The recession would last 3 to 5 years. Then they would have this 10-year span, and then boom, it would cycle. Like every 10 years, it was a reset. So you could almost plan it that way. And then what we see now is like every 3 years, boom, down, up, down. We were like, we can't put a finger on it. You got to kind of feel the market as it's going, because prices just get escalated so high so quickly. Affordability breaks, interest rate inflation, they start jacking interest rates, and then boom, the houses fall down in pricing. Prices start dropping. So this is what our current market is right now. And again, coming into we were already calling for this market to kind of come up into like a fury. We knew this by December. We already felt what was going to happen. So we'll see what happens. If the rates drop a little bit more, you're going to see even more fury of buying going forward. And it's not just in Canada; it's also in the U.S. Here, we're experiencing on both sides of the border, because there's a lot more programs to buy down rates and do a whole bunch of stuff. The banks do a lot more. Or they have more programs, let's say, for buyers. If you're an investor, if you're just moving in with your family, if there's a secondary property, there's a lot more, let's say, tools to kind of buy houses. And we're seeing like a huge influx of buyers coming out that weren't in the market last year. So both sides of the border are flowing quite well. And I think, if it keeps going, if they keep lowering the rates, you're going to see just another fury. I always say even the current house that we have now, that should go about 50 to 60% up in value, let's say, in the next 5 to 6 years. And this is not banking on it, but we're betting on it. I would imagine that's what's going to happen. That's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions regarding real estate, please feel free to reach out to us anytime. Have a great day.